Well, holy blue Batman. You know, God, I don't know. Sometimes the lighting will be just so outdoors, which kind of makes things different indoors. Do you know what I'm saying? You're like, JD, you're off your rocker. Good morning, everybody. I know, I'm, what am I? 3 minutes late this morning? Something like that? I am sharing my green tea with you. Now, why are you doing green tea, JD? Are you on a New Year's resolution? Are you doing less coffee? That was my mother, who's no longer with me. And I miss her dearly. But that's exactly what she would say to me. Oh, so you're not doing any coffee anymore, honey? Is this the New Year's resolution? No. And Glenn, no, I have not dipped my head in a jar of Vaseline. Although, yeah, you know what? You're spot on, brother. It looks exact. I'm giving it to you because it does. It looks like it. Holy moly. Listen, I'm going to be with you for a little while this morning, and then I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to pick up some new furniture, and I'm going to do a software update, and I'm going to do all that fun stuff. So I don't know how long I'm going to be with you this morning. But my phone is open for you if you want to call in this morning. I'm getting some texts here at the same time. Tomorrow morning, your weekly dose of mental floss. G's going to come in here, and we're going to laugh. And yes, we're probably going to be a little inappropriate. So much to talk about this morning. Before I even go an inch further, yes, I'm going to do the forecast. Yes, I'm going to show you some of the roads. But this is coming across my screen right now, and this is big. Today is January 8th. Maisie LaJeunesse is on the birthday list today. That's bigger than anything that we've got going on. That's bigger than anything in the news. It's more important than the weather forecast. Maisie LaJeunesse. One of the most lovely people on this planet, period, is Maisie. And anybody that knows Maisie knows exactly why. Biggest heart. absolutely love that girl. Maisie, if you're listening this morning, the biggest and the best happy birthday to you. And a gargantuan virtual hug. Best hugger. Michael Schumacher. Birthday list today. There's another heavy hitter. That guy is incredible. Do you know Michael Schumacher? It's a great dude. I would love to have him on the air someday. Look at this. Mariah Burke. Do you know these people? Karen Spalding on the birthday list today. Jesse Stone. Dave Blodgett Jr. Barbara Beatty. Ashley Nagile. Ashley, happy birthday. Yeah, that's it, man. Whew. A lot going on. All right. Let's show you a couple of the roads out there. We'll start with Hartford. The big road cam here. This is what we have. So, pretty clean sailing. Nothing, too alarming. Here's the high spot, Brookfield, right there. Looks a little frosty, but the temps are mild, actually. Hartford, again. 89, northbound. Well, you're seeing both sides. There's the southbound side, Brookfield. Oh, beautiful morning. There's Bethel. When I got up this morning, I was like, just everything. And I hope I'm not being, like, overly positive this morning. But when I stepped outside, no coat. The smell, are you with me here? How just everything smelled so clean and just so beautiful. Cold, but not too cold. It's just amazing. And the sky, those different hues of blue, that's why I'm so blue today. You see that? It was just, I don't know, it was just one of those mornings where it's like, it's literally, not to sound like a cheese ball, I'm going to say it, but this morning was one of those days where it's like, it just feels like it's a great day to be alive. It just simply is. I hope wherever you are, I hope whoever you are, wherever you're listening this morning, off to a great start. Where am I? In Vermont, North Main Street in Barrie. We have a community calendar to get to this morning. We have a few things to talk about. I don't think anything I'm going to hang out too long on. No drops in the coffee clan. Fly in the Wall Productions with the Aired Out podcast, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, streamed everywhere you get your podcasts, and on the web at airedoutvt.com. And if you haven't yet, check that out. Saw 2 distracted drivers driving in this morning. And quickly did a little Googling when I got here about, distracted driving. Here's what I found. You ready? Yeah, a little AI search on distracted driving. Here we go. 27% of drivers admit to working on their appearance while driving. While driving. Not at the stoplight or the stop sign, but while you're rolling down the road. And that includes things like changing your clothes, shaving. Can't think of the last time I was shaving while I was driving down the road. Putting on makeup, I've seen that. I've seen that on the interstate, by the way. Or painting your nails. And among Gen Z drivers, that number jumps to 50% from 27%. Let's see. Creating content while driving, 74% of people say the most embarrassing distraction is filming videos or creating social media content while driving. I was in the car last night, it went live, but never while I'm moving. Pulled over. And here's the crazy thing. Not only did I pull over last night when I was live, but I also actually put my vehicle in park before I went live. Because I've been embarrassed before. It was a long time ago when the foot slowly comes off the brake without realizing it, and you're rolling forward. Someone yells at you at the pump or wherever, "Hey, you're rolling, dude. Wake up." That has happened to me. Let's see. Stress and anxiety. 20% of drivers say stress from work, school, or relationship issues can mess with their focus behind the wheel. A report also includes a map of distracted driving hotspots throughout the country. And the most distracted states are in the Southwest, apparently. California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Nevada, Utah, and Colorado. Florida, North Carolina, Michigan, and Connecticut. Danger zones as well. The rest of the South, somewhat dangerous. Up into West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts. The areas with low levels of distracted driving, Northwest and the Northeast, including, surprisingly, New York State. And the safest states are in lesser populated Middle America. These are the safest states. Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota. Maine and Vermont are also rated as the safest states in the country, according to this survey. I'll try to share it with you. Today is National Bubble Bath Day. When was the last time? And I say this to men and women listening this morning. And I've actually talked with G about this. I've asked G. Actually, it was a dilemma that G was talking about a long time, probably a year ago on the air here. Is it okay for guys to take bubble baths? Is it weird for guys to take bubble baths? And not to my surprise, G had a a resounding no to that it is not something that's not considered normal. He was like, yeah, everybody should have a bubble bath. Take one today. No matter who you are. Nobody has to know about it. Just put some Mr. Bubble. Dump that shit in there, fire it up, light some candles if you want. Shut the door, unplug. Maybe get some Zen music going. Some binaural beats. Relax. Thank you, Kristen. Totally normal. Maybe I'll live stream from my bubble bath tonight. Folks, we are 11 days to Martin Luther King Day. We are 31 days until the Super Bowl. Glenn, I want to know what your plans are for the Super Bowl. I wish it wasn't on a Sunday night, but whatever. Let's give you the forecast here because I forgot. Let's see. What are we looking at for a temperature right now? What do you have, Stacy, for a temperature down there in Florida? And I always think you're in North Carolina. We're at 32 right now. Let's show you the street cam. Show you what Barrie is looking like right now. Kind of slushy, but still beautiful. A little bit of salt on the sidewalk. But cloudy, damp. Nothing coming down from the sky, at least here on North Main Street right now. But that's your street cam of North Main Street, Barrie. 32 degrees. Stacy says 76 right now in Florida. Fort Pierce with a high of 81 later today. Stacy, go pound some sand. We're at, again, 32. We're going to warm up to about 36 today with clouds. Listen, this is a boring forecast, flat out. It just is. It's kind of shitty. Cloudy 36 today. Tonight, cloudy and 24. I know. Tomorrow, calm down, cloudy and 43 with rain. Stacy Carteret is saying 46 in Tennessee right now. That's chilly, but I think she's in the hills. Yes, Kristen, this is a heat wave. I asked this on what's today? Thursday? I think I asked on Monday. Is this the January thaw? Saturday, cloudy in 30s. Sunday, cloudy and 36. Knoxville, never been there. Just a programming note here, and I forgot. G is moving to Fridays. So G is going to be, some of you were wondering if G's going to be in here this morning. G's going to be in tomorrow. Getting all kinds of text messages here this morning. JD, speaking of bubble baths, do you remember the famous scene with Julia Roberts in the bubble bath in Pretty Woman? Yes, Dwayne Tucker, I do remember that. No, Kristen, this weather forecast is what's got me. Really? It's so boring. It's so boring. Did anybody hear? And I'm just gonna. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna hang out on this too long this morning. But did anybody hear Tim Walz? The other day. Saying that there's just no way in hell that he's going to resign. Here's the here's the soundbite. I think I've got it right here.
Their idea of improving this state is being a parrot for Donald Trump, agreeing to everything that he agreed with. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. It ain't happening. I'm not going anywhere. And you can make all your requests for me to resign over my dead body. Will that happen? I will fight this thing till the very end to make this state better. And the question that I think they need to decide is when did the guy in the White House resign? When does he take accountability for what he did? Because it isn't going to happen here in terms of us.
Wow. Timmy. Deep breath there, Bob. Okay. You're not going to resign, but we'll say this. Good luck with everything, my man. You got a lot of work to do. U.S. military said it seized 2 Venezuela-linked oil tankers yesterday, including a Russian flagship that it pursued for more than 2 weeks. Did you hear about this yesterday? Are you aware of this? The ship, which was formerly called the Bella One, working to evade the U.S. Coast Guard in the northern Atlantic weeks after allegedly seeking to dock in Venezuela. Got it right here in front of me. December 24th, the ship received approval from the Kremlin to reflag under Russia and has since changed its name to the Marinera. I didn't give him that name. It was accompanied by Russian naval vessels and a submarine, but was seized between the British Isles and Iceland with support from the UK military. A second tanker seized after it allegedly was leaving a Venezuelan port. The U.S. seized 2 other tankers, the Centuries and the Skipper, last month. Latest incidents coming after President Trump said the U.S. will take possession of 30 to 50 million barrels, not gallons, barrels of sanctioned oil from Venezuela. Up to 15% of the country's annual oil production. And sell it for market value. Stacy, you're killing me with your comments this morning. On a more serious note, hundreds of protesters gathered in Minneapolis, Minnesota yesterday. I've seen the video. I'm sure you've seen the video. It's everywhere. I don't know that I need, that it's necessary for me to show the video. I mean, I could. But the way I look at it as, if you want to see it, you can go see it. It's everywhere. An ICE officer killed a 37-year-old U.S. citizen. I think, there's plenty to say here. Plenty. But I don't know that I need to go deep down into this rabbit hole. I think some of us should, instead of reacting so quickly, we should read the first sentence of something and just pause at that moment. Just pause, collect your thoughts. The bottom line is a 37-year-old U.S. citizen was shot. That's the bottom line. Was she a mother? A wife? Did she have ties to anything? Department of Homeland Security says agents believe the woman identified as Renee Nicole Good was attempting to weaponize her vehicle to kill federal officers. Video footage shows the federal agents approaching a vehicle that had been partially blocking a street and attempting to have the driver exit her vehicle. Car pulls forward, begins to turn before an agent fired at least 2 shots. The car then crashed on the side of the road. Yeah. Stacey, that's it. I will not make any judgment on this until the investigation is completed. I do not trust what the media is telling or not telling. There's some crazy, crazy shit that's going on in our country. And it's it's heavy, it's discouraging. It's in so many levels, it's wrong. And I agree that we have a lot of improvement to make. But is our nation reacting in the right way? Are we going about this the best way? Yeah. 2,000 federal agents deployed to Minneapolis this week as part of a 30-day surge following allegations of fraud in the state's daycare facilities and other federally funded programs. Tensions are so high right now. So high. And I'll tell you, when I'm seeing and reading early in the morning, some of this stuff is like, holy crap, really? I'm heading in. I got a microphone in front of me. How much of this, what do I want to talk about? I try to be so careful to not allow a spin on anything. Sometimes I have guests in here that will absolutely throw their 5 cents into it and give their own spin, their own take, their own interpretation, their own opinions about this stuff. I try so hard, and I don't always succeed, but I try to go up a little higher and look down from a little bit of a broader perspective. It absolutely doesn't always work, but at least I'm trying to. I think more of us need to do that. Trump administration announced new federal dietary guidelines yesterday, urging Americans to eat more protein and dairy, and for the first time, formally advising against highly processed foods. Those guidelines came out yesterday. The inverted pyramid. You remember that. What was that called? I can't remember. The proteins, the dairy, the fruits, the veg, the healthy fats, avocados, all that stuff at the top. Whole grains, the bottom. The MyPlate thing, that's what it is, yeah. That came out yesterday. Right in time for those states that have had their SNAP benefits disconnected from the sodas and the candy, all that other stuff. Yep, a lot of topic there on that. Yeah, well, here's the question. Will our government start banning these things? Macronutrients, micronutrients. I wonder. Sports, I know so many of you are all focused on the playoffs this weekend, but don't forget now. And I know Logan Luce is going to be talking about it Saturday morning right here, 10:30, where you are now, that college football, the playoff semifinals begin tonight, 7:30. Ole Miss in Miami, the Fiesta Bowl. And then, of course, this weekend, my brother and his family are going to be lighting their Steelers candles, putting on their yellow afros, and putting on their Steelers underwear, and the whole family is going to be waving yellow towels over their heads in the privacy of their living room, like a bunch of fools, and getting crazy on Sunday night when the Steelers take on the Texans. Patriots, Chargers, that's going to be a big watch. Eagles, 49ers, Bills, Jags, all on Sunday. And all that after Saturday's wild card matchups. Rams and the Panthers, Packers and the Bears. Yeah. Yesterday was, I'm going to talk a little bit about the state of the state. Yesterday was really, for me, it was a pretty profound episode of Aired Out. The perspective that came in from a gentleman in Barrytown who called in and was on the phone for quite a while, talking about this whole thing with Gina Galfetti. And, I think a lot of attention is going to Gina's name. But there are five Vermont lawmakers in total. This was a story that 7 Days put out back in the end of September, that they were going on a trip sponsored by the Israeli government to Israel. Everybody is, well, I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people are and have been over the last couple of days freaking about this. Was the timing put out purposely for the start of the legislative session? That's a question I have. Because this is something that really was not old news. PTZ ran the story the end of September 23rd. 7 Days came out with it September day before, September 22. September 26, Valley News, talking about a group of Vermont lawmakers visiting Israel to learn about the war in Gaza, and that the trip was sponsored by the Israeli government. That was the 26th of September. Compass Vermont, September 22nd. Free trip to Israel. Was it appropriate for Vermont legislators to be lobbied by Netanyahu's government? September 22nd was the date of that one. You know, and now all of this this backlash. That breaks on the day that our legislative session opens. Is there coincidence to that? I don't know. And listen, I'm not defending anything or anyone right now. I'm just asking what your take is on it. I would love to hear what you have to say. And you know who you are if you want to connect with me this morning. Here's your chance. Here's your opportunity. Call in. I'm listening. Be brave. Yeah. There's a lot to be said here about this. I kind of personally believe it. Man, listen, I'll eat crow if I have to. But I kind of personally believe that this story is going to slip into the cracks. It's going to vanish. It's not going to be hot in a week, maybe less. And I think it's going to be a dead horse. That's just my opinion. And I could be very, very wrong. We'll see. We'll see. If any papers are running this story or any updates on the ethics committee, whether or not these legislators are going to be punished for this, if there's going to be any kind of anything that comes out of the story, I think it's going to be dusted under the rug. I just do. I want to know if you feel that it will be also. And if it's not, if it's still hot next week, man, I'll talk about it. Tammy, I was thinking the exact same thing this morning. Tammy just says waste of time. It's a lot more than huge waste of time, but it's more than that. It's we have some real. Listen, if the ethics committee, if they want to go through with this, that's fine. I get it. But if this is going to turn into a pissing match, then I really feel that we're wasting time. If they did something that was wrong or not ethical, and they need to respond to this somehow, publicly or otherwise, which I think they should, not just in a newspaper. I think they should on the floor. whether it's to defend themselves or to justify this. They're going. I think they could, and frankly, I think they should. To all of us. But at what point does this become something that is distracting us from the more important issues that we've got in our state right now? Really critical shit that should be dealt with and should be addressed. We are running out of time. All of us are, in our lives, and this state is running out of time. Before I forget, speaking of all of this, the Chamber of Commerce is hosting an invitation-only gathering to connect with Vermont legislative leaders and an opportunity for you to network with professional businesses on Wednesday, February 4th at the Governor's Ballroom at the Capitol Plaza Hotel in Montpelier. It's for 2 hours. It's from 5 to 7. Great opportunity for you to go, listen, ask questions, and meet some of Vermont's legislative leaders. I don't know who's going to be there representing the state. But if you would like to be there, all you have to do is contact the Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce and tell them you'd like to be there. And they'll get you on the list, and you'll be there. Okay? I'm hoping to be there. It's my plan. It's my intention. 2026 is here. The legislative session is open. There's a lot of changes that are coming in the coming year in Vermont. Some of them sound pretty good. Some of them absolutely do not. And some of these issues that are really big do not seem like they're getting the amount of attention that they should be. I know there's going to be big changes that are going to be impacting small businesses. So if you are a business owner of a small business here in Vermont, maybe you feel that Vermont is a small business friendly state. Maybe you don't. But this is your chance, February 4th. I've been promoting the crap out of it here on Aired Out. Be there. There's stuff that's going to impact you in this coming year, whether you own a small business or not in the state of Vermont. Yes, there are. Our governor delivered his State of the State address yesterday, focusing on directing general fund savings towards lowering taxes, increasing housing, improving public safety, supporting essential services like childcare and infrastructure, fiscal responsibility, tackling affordability. We've heard a lot of this before. A lot of these key themes. Affordability is, in my opinion, an absolute cluster here in Vermont. I know it is everywhere. Come on, JD, it's in every state. It's not just a little old Vermont. Lowering taxes, increasing housing, easing the cost of living for Vermonters. Joe says we need to clean the swamp in D.C., get rid of any House and Senate members that have been there for more than 20 years, and then do the same thing in Montpelier. There's a lot of people that have been hanging out under the Golden Dome for too goddamn long. And respectfully, aren't really grasping the real depth of what Vermonters are dealing with. Some are. Some are. Some aren't. In my opinion. I want to know what our Vermont legislators are saying about AI and the impacts it's going to have on Vermont. And if you don't think it's going to have an impact on this little tiny Green Mountain state up in the middle of nowhere, you got your head in the sand, pal. Because it's gonna. That's what I want to know. Education reform, of course, huge topic. Governor speaking about it yesterday. Just reading through. I didn't get a chance to listen to it, but I've got the transcript. Yep. Mm-hmm. Act 73, continuing efforts for quality, equity, and sustainability in education. This whole Act 73 thing is... There's some stuff in there that I think is needed and a little overdue. And there's some stuff in there that is pretty concerning. Yeah, gee, it's an election year. They'll say anything to get you to vote for them again. The housing crisis. The governor getting into that a little bit yesterday, addressing the lack of affordable housing to support workers and families. That is a topic that we have talked about so much here on Aired Out. So much over the last, I don't know, couple of months. Did you get a chance to hear any of the episodes I've done with Downstreet Housing and Community Development? Have you heard any of those episodes? There's several right here on Aired Out. And it was a deep dive. And I hope they'll come back on the air and talk about it again. There's some big grant money that's coming in here. Right here into Washington County. That's supposed to be really chipping away at housing. And before you get all negative about the whole housing thing, which is easy to do, okay? It is. It's easy for me to as well. Take a look at the good things that are happening. It's not just Fox Run Apartments up there by the Berlin Mall. It's not just the Speranza down the road here. It's not just Seminary right here behind where I'm sitting right now. There's some really good things that are coming down the pipe. And before you get negative and say, well, this isn't going to fix, at least there's some progress that's being made. At least somebody is doing something about it. You should see the size of the team over at Downstreet. And they're still hiring. But the amount of people that are in there every day that are working tirelessly to try and make some forward progress with the housing crisis that we have here in Vermont. And is it a crisis? You bet your ass it is. Is that my opinion? Or is that fact? I encourage you, if you haven't yet, to watch the video of our governor yesterday, to read the transcript. I put it up yesterday. It's on the page. It's on the Aired Out page. Just go do it. What else? What else did I want to say today? I know what I want to say. That if you are in need of a pair of new sunglasses, you're going to miss an opportunity to save 25% if you don't get on it. Optical Expressions, right over in the Blanchard block, is offering 25% off on all prescription and non-prescription sunglasses. Do not wait until February to take advantage of this. Get yourself over there and get a really nice pair of shades. These are mine. And I love them. Part of the reason why I love these glasses is that they cost me $3. And that if I sit on them, which I will, or I drop them into the dirt, or step on them, which I will, that I'm out $3. And I'll go get another pair. Over at Optical Expressions, when you go in there and you get yourself a new pair of shades, you got to look at these shades as like a real valued gift. Cherish them. Take care of them. Keep them in the case. Take them out of the case when you need them. When you don't, put them back in the case. Am I sounding like your mom? Don't screw off and do stupid stuff where you're taking your glasses off like I do and set them down and forget where I put them. Next thing you know, they have fallen down in between the cushion of the couch, and then when you turn on the motor to extend the feet of the couch, get to Optical Expressions. All right? Here's what else you need to get to. And I'm just trying to give you a little bit of good, clean, healthy advice here. If all of the shit that's stressing you out these days is getting to you, my advice, here's some therapy that's so cheap. Unplug from everything. Escape. Get in the car. Go over to the Capitol Theater in Montpelier. Go over to the Paramount Theater right here in Barrie. And go to a movie. Forget about everything that's troubling you. Get some popcorn. Get some whatever candy that you like. Get some M&Ms. Put them in the popcorn. It's what Andy and I do. And go see a movie. The lights are off. You're reclined back. And you're fully engrossed into a different reality for a couple of hours. Here's what's playing at the Capitol Theater. Avatar: Fire and Ash. Today. Haven't seen it. 6:30 tonight. 6:20. Marty Supreme is playing also. 6:35. Song Sung Blue. I have seen it. It's excellent. 6:30 tonight. This is the Capitol Showplace, by the way. Housemaid. 6:35 tonight. Zootopia 2. I've seen it. 6:30 tonight. That is at the Capitol Theater. By the way, if you haven't been on fgbtheaters.com like I am right now, you need to. It's a great new site. They've done a fantastic job. It's all new. Let's see. Primate's coming. Private Life is on the way. Let's see. Iron Lung is coming up. Comedy illusionist Ben Pratt. Wuthering Heights. Some good movies. That one's being dropped in February. Charlie the Wonder Dog. That's on the 16th. Dead Man's Wire. That opens tomorrow. Rated R. Goat. That's coming. Greenland 2. Migration. That opens tomorrow. Mercy is coming on the 23rd. There's some great movies that are coming down the pipe. Think about it. Go out and see a movie. Relax. Okay? What else? Night to Shine. Trey Cates, chatted with him yesterday. Said we got about 15 volunteer spots for buddies for the Night to Shine on February 13th. It's a Friday night at the Barry Elks Lodge. Tim Tebow's Night to Shine. Year number 4 here in the Granite City. Please consider doing this. I'm going to be a buddy, and my good buddy Andy and I are going to go. We're going to tux up, and we're going to look like $1 million freaking dollars, and we're going to have a blast. My tux might be a little snug in the front, but Andy's not going to matter about it. He doesn't care about that. What he cares about is we're all going to go out on the dance floor, and I'm going to make a complete ass out of myself with dance moves that no one has seen before. Frankly, some of them should be trademarked. We're going to eat great food. We're going to dance. We're going to have fun. We're going to hit that paparazzi's going to hit us. We're going to get some great photos. We're going to have a great time. If you would like to be a volunteer, if you would like to be a buddy to one of our honored guests, there's going to be about 100 honored guests there, dressed to the nines. So many people volunteering to help out. Hair, makeup, parking, security, medical. The list goes on. It's a mile long. I put the link on the page last night, but it's Faith Community Church. I think it's FCC Barry /NTS Night to Shine. Consider being a volunteer. Consider being a buddy. Okay? Please. They've got about 15 spots left. They need buddies. We've got honored guests that are registered to go who still don't have a buddy to be with them. Someone who can eat with them, dance with them, have fun with them. Okay? It'll be a night that you'll shine. And you'll feel great. You'll feel great. You're going to forget about everything else that's troubling you in your life, and you're going to have a wonderful time. Get on the site, register to be a volunteer, please. Okay? We got to close this gap here. Oh, God, it's already 10 o'clock. I close out this morning by saying, thanks for listening. Thanks, even if you just don't agree with anything that I'm saying. I appreciate you tuning in. You can always call me. You can always text me. You can always come in here and sit on the couch, and we'll discuss things. This is your podcast. These are your microphones. If you got anything that's constructive and productive to bring, enlighten me, enlighten others, share a different view, a different side of things, a different perspective, your interpretation of things, you're welcome here. Okay? Facebook question of the day. What movie do you think was the absolute worst in 2025? What was it? Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Have you seen it? Pretty bad. Pretty bad. But I want to know what you think was the worst movie in 2025. Well, there's so many. There were so many. Sorry. But there were some really damn good ones, too. There really are. Barbie. It's the bell, Glenn. And, man, I got some heat from some people because I was slamming the Barbie movie hard on the air. And I had some pro-Barbie people that just attacked me. And said I basically had my head in my ass and that I should embrace Barbie and that I should have enjoyed the movie. They're not seeing the full picture. Okay. Street shot again is what we have in Barrie. Some mild temperatures, 30s, clouds, and that's pretty much the forecast here. This beautiful state of Vermont. And it is beautiful, but sometimes these forecasts are enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks to our presenting and supporting sponsors. Thanks to you, our listeners, our followers, our supporters. I'm always here for you. I'll be with you tomorrow. G's coming in. Weekly mental floss tomorrow, and we're gonna floss good. We got some time to make up. Okay? Okay. Share this episode. Give a like, give a share. Thanks for following. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.